So roughly about 6 or 7 weeks removed from the death of Rooster Teeth on May 15th of this year, on 4th of July weekend, and Ruby the series has announced it's got a new home, or old home, depending on how one views it, in the form of Viz Media. Now, why do I call Viz Media an old home for the series? Simple. Viz owns the rights to the manga, to its manga spin-offs, as well as various other reading materials, as reading material, supplementary material related to the series. The only thing they didn't have their paws on was the video, was the anime series. Was the anime itself, which at the time was owned by Rooster Teeth. But in many ways, I view the series after Monty's death kind of like the book of the Judges in the Bible, where Monty died, which left no moral compass to keep the show on a straight line, and it got worse, and each volume would get progressively worse as time went on. Both on the camera and both on the screen and behind the scenes alike. So much so that Warner cut ties and basically bled Rooster Teeth dry, let Rooster Teeth bleed itself to death, so to speak. So now Viz owns the rights. So in terms of streaming platforms, what's it going to be on now that Viz has the rights? Well, in my view, I think it could land on either the Pluto or Tubi platforms. The only downside to this is, as both platforms are free streamers, it wouldn't cost anyone a cent to sit through all 9 volumes. Heck, Chibi is still on the first season of Chibi is still up on Tubi, if I remember correctly. That said, am I surprised by Ruby being picked up by Viz? No. But does this elate the casual fan of me that now knows that the story will finally get finished at some point within the next 3 to 5 years? Yes. That's true, Evie, but I think they're going to try to finish the story. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to reboot it this far down the line now. And even if you do reboot it, how many of the original cast are going to show up? If and I mean, when you look at the list of VAs that are part of the show, the number of them that have worked at Bang Zoom, which is Viz's dubbing company, in the past are few and far between. And this is whether you want to include or exclude Vic Mignogna from the equation. As far as I know, J. Michael Tatum, Jason Liebert, Elizabeth Maxwell, Lindsay Jones, Kara Aberley, Barbara Dunkelman, Aaron Zach, Jason Douglas, Jason Rose, Jen Taylor, Jen Brown, Miles Luna, Kerry Shawcross, Neith Ohms, Sam Ireland, Mikey Jones, Gavin Free, Bill Orendorff, Dave Vanoy, Christopher Guerrero, Lucy Christian, Jessica Negri, Kent Williams, John Swayze, if they decide I had to readapt Ice Queendom, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to. But the point is, the majority of these names I've mentioned have never worked with Bang Zoom Entertainment. I mean, with Viz's dubbing company of Bang Zoom out in LA. The only ones that have, believe it or not, aside from Vic, Yuri, Tara, and Jeremy, Robbie, and Damon, off the top of my head, this is just off the top of my head, I might want to point out, have been Chris Sabat and Caitlin Glass. For those who don't know how Caitlin got roped into Bang Zoom, she plays Jolene's mother in JoJo's Stone Ocean. So this is a situation that for many of the voice actors I listed, maybe even worse. Why? Because most of them are not going to have the same amount of political pull or leverage that they have, like say if Crunchyroll did bother to renew the show on their own terms. At Bang Zoom, hopefully this will not be the case. Hopefully this won't be the case. But even then, will people even bother to watch it? Just depends on what platforms it gets put on. If it gets put on Hulu, if it gets aired on Cartoon Network, whatever. I mean, I even said I wouldn't have minded if the show got picked up by Film Rise for distribution purposes, since again, Film Rise owns at least three of Rooster Teeth's properties and distributes them on free streaming platforms, including their own Nomad Nowhere, Camp Camp, and Red versus Blue. But that's basically my 2 cents on RWBY getting picked up by Viz Media. To the RWBY Reactor Brigade, you guys just view me as a loon who's an avid Vic supporter. And part of that may be true, but I have toned it down over the last 6 months, have I not? But that's it. Comment, like, and subscribe. Right. This is Mets 2 and 8 signing out. Goodbye. Good fucking night.